guys, so today I will going to tackle the unit circle. So today I will going to teach you that you are not going to memorize the whole unit circle. Maybe some of you will experience that the teacher told you that you need to memorize the unit circle, but I have a idea that you're not going to memorize, or you are just going to familiarize the first quadrant for you to get the quadrant 2, 3, and 4. So let's start first in our degree. So here, this is the unit circle. So as you can see, we have 90 degree over here. We have 360, the whole unit circle, 180 degree, then 270 degree. As what I told you earlier, you just need to familiarize the first quadrant. So in the degree of our first quadrant, we have 30 degree, 45 degree, and 60 degree. So for you to get the quadrant 2, you're just going to subtract the 60 to 180. So we have here quadrant 2, subtract the 180 to subtract 180 to 60, 180 minus 60, so we have 120 degree. So next, you need to subtract the 45 to 180. So 180 minus 45 degree, we have 135 degree. So next, we have the 180 minus 30 degree, we have 150 degree. So this is our quadrant 2, the degree of our quadrant 2. So in quadrant 3, to get the quadrant 3, you are just going to add the 180 plus 30 degree. So we have 180 plus 30, 180 plus 30 degree. We have 270 degree. 210 degree, sorry. So we have 180 plus 45 degree. We have 225 degree. 180 plus 60 degree. So we have 240 degree. So in our quadrant 4, we're just going to subtract the 360 degree to our 60 degree in our first quadrant. So to get the radian, to get the degree, we have 360 minus 60 degree, we have 300 degree. 360 minus 45 degree, we have 315 degree. So 360 degree minus 30 degree, we have 330 degree. So as you can see, you're not just going to memorize the whole unit circle, but if you're going to familiarize the quadrant 1 and the process on how would you able to get the quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4, it is not easy for you. You are just not struggling how would you able to memorize the unit circle. So next, we're going to get the radian. But first, you need to familiarize the first quadrant in our radian. So we have pi over 2, pi over 3, pi over 4, pi over 6. Then we have the 2 pi here. Pi and 3 pi over 2. So to get the radian in our quadrant 2, as what I've said, you just need to familiarize the quadrant 1 and the technique on how would we able to get the degree. That's what we're able to do to get our radian. So we just need to first, to get the quadrant 2, you just need to subtract pi over 3 minus pi. So we have 2 pi over 3. Then pi over 4 minus pi. So we have 3 pi over 4. So pi over 6 minus pi, we have 5 pi over 6. So next, in quadrant 3, we just need to add the pi. First is pi over 6 plus pi. So we have 7 pi all over by 6. So next, we have pi over 4 plus pi. We have 5 pi over 4. Next, we have pi over 3 plus pi. We have 4 pi over 3. So in our fourth quadrant, we're just going to subtract the 2 pi over pi minus pi over 3. So you're just going to subtract pi minus pi over 3. So pi minus pi over 3, we have 5 pi over 3. Next is 2 pi minus pi over 4, we have 5 pi over 3. So next, we have 2 pi minus pi, So next, we have 2 pi minus pi over 6. So we have 11 pi over 6. So for next, we need to get the coordinates. To get the coordinates, you just need to familiarize the quadrant 1. It's very important that you're going to familiarize the quadrant 1, because how would you able to get the quadrant 2, 3, and 4 if you are not going to familiarize the quadrant 1? So it is very important that you familiarize the quadrant 1 to get the reflection of other quadrant. So this is the coordinates of our quadrant 1. So to get the coordinates of quadrant 2, you are just going to copy the quadrant 1, but you're going to put a negative in your x. So just copy the quadrant 1. So we have 1 over 2 square root of 3 over 2. So as what I've said, you are going to put a negative in your x. So this is our x. So it is negative 1 over 2. So as you can see in quadrant 1, it is a positive. But in quadrant 2, you're just going to put a negative because our x here is negative. So Next, we have negative square root of 2 all over by 2. And then square root of 2 all over by 2. So next is, we have the negative square root of 3 over 2. Then 1 over 2. So next in our quadrant 3, how would we able to get the quadrant 3? Just copy all of these and put negative, because our quadrant 3 is all negative. So copy the coordinates of quadrant 1 and put a negative. So we have negative 1 over 2. It's all negative. Negative square root of 2 over 2. Square root of 2 over 2. Then square root of 3. Sorry, this is negative. Square root of 2. 1 over 2. So that's all. As you can see, it's all negative in our quadrant 3. So just remember that you're just going to familiarize the quadrant 1, because you can see the reflection in other quadrant by using this quadrant 1. So in quadrant 4, how would we able to get the quadrant 4? In quadrant 4, you need to exchange the x and y in our quadrant 2. So if the quadrant 2 here is negative 1 over 2 and square root of 3 over 2, you are just going to exchange them. So you have as you can see here, we have negative square root of 3 all over 2 and 1 over 2. So you are just going to put first the 1 over 2 and then negative square root of 3 over 2. So that's how you able to get the quadrant 4. You're just going to exchange the x and y. So next we have square root of 2 over 2. So negative, this is negative, square root of 2 over 2. So next we have the square root of 3 over 2 and negative 1 over 2. So as you can see, it is conflict to see the unit circle, but for you, if you're going to familiarize or you're just going to analyze this process, on how would you able to identify the unit circle, it must be easy for you to go on your next topic if you are going to familiarize this unit circle.